And a couple hundred teams start the season with the dream of being in this final game, but only 2 can achieve it. And that's where we're at today. South Range and Fairview playing for the Division III state championship on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'm Anthony Hartwig alongside DJ Yoakley. It's a big game, and we couldn't pass up doing it together, right?
Well, you know what, Ant? The last time you and I did a state championship together, we hoisted the colors. So I figured let's let the good colors of burgundy and gold ride. And you got the first fiddle on this one, buddy. This is I'm in your dojo.
Yeah, and South Range won yesterday 5-1 over Johnstown. Close game all the way through until the Raiders put up some insurance runs in the 7th. Bree Kohler took care of the rest. You've watched this team ever since we started YSN 4 years ago. What makes this group of seniors especially so special at South Range?
They're selfless, and what you saw yesterday, I think that a lot of people aren't giving a lot of publication to, is 2 seniors didn't go to graduation. They came here. They did it for their teammates. That was a big selfless move, especially because Jillian she's the valedictorian. I mean, she had to give a speech, and she gave that up for the other 8 young ladies she shares the field with. So you look at this, selfless players win big games, and I think we're in for a show today, Ant.
And a classy move from Firestone Stadium, letting them have their diplomas before first pitch at home plate. With Steve Rowan there giving it to him, it was one of the kills.
It was awesome. It was beautiful, and hats off to South Range, hats off to the OHSAA.
Fairview was in more of a slugfest yesterday. They beat Wheelersburg 10-7. They avoided a loss where they committed 5 errors. And it is their first appearance in the state tournament, so shook off some jitters yesterday on the defense and was able to come away with a 10-7 win against a state powerhouse in Wheelersburg. First pitch is in. Bree Kohler throws a ball, and the time of first pitch is 4:02. As the second pitch from Bree Kohler is also a ball, 2-0. Kohler did struggle with command in the first inning yesterday, DJ. She walked 3, was able to get around it. The rest of the game, walked 1, struck out 12.
I heard you say that as long as the Raiders keep this close, it's advantage South Range.
Well, you look at the schedule for Fairview. They've only played in a handful of close games this year. They lost the first game of the season, haven't lost since. They're 26-1. And their closest tournament game was actually their sectional final, 7-5. Swung on and missed, 2-2 the count.
Yeah, that's a big hack right there. That's what we call in the baseball world a daddy hack. She was looking for to put it on the hill.
This is Anna Acne, the leader of the Fairview offense, batting .660 on the year, 16 home runs and 61 RBI. Oof. And she looks at a ball there to make the count full, 3-2.
A little change-a-rooski for Bree. And they got the lean, too. Leaning down on it, that was a close call.
You got to get a power hitter off balance. You know, you come in with 16 home runs, you're going to get the respect. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Bree Kohler makes a statement out of the gates. First K of the day, and it's 1 down in the inning. It'll bring up Cassie Mavis, the center fielder for Fairview.
The joke that never gets old. You and I have said it for 4 years since she committed to Youngstown State. Her name starts with a K, and she's one of the best to put them on the board.
So a much better start than yesterday in the first inning for Kohler, as this one's lifted to left field, but under it, and a catch. It's going to be, what a catch by Strakansky there, over her head, ranging back.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It was a ball that was going to drop if Strakansky didn't wrap it up. It was too far in for the left fielder to get, and Strakansky does a great job of making her way out.
And a great job also to call off Suzanian left and make sure that, that's a shortstop's ball all the way. So now with 2 down quickly, it'll bring up Kirsten Klein. First pitch from Kohler is a ball, 1-0.
Second time South Range has been in this game, you said 2016, the last time they were here, right here in this stadium. So, Coach DeRose, jitters are here, but not as much as the first time around, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they got to the championship game, and they lost to Wheelersburg 8-3. And Wheelersburg, of course, the team that Fairview beat. Everyone was kind of, when the state tournament was locked in, everyone was eyeing that rematch, a possible rematch of South Range Wheelersburg. It wasn't to be. Fairview knocked them off 10-7. That pitch catches the outside corner, and that's good news for Bree Kohler. If she's getting the corner on the outside, we saw her dominate with that in Ursuline.
Yeah, I was just going to allude to that. She kept stretching the corner further and further throughout the game. If she's getting it, she can be like Greg Maddox, as Billy Mack said. Just keep stretching that.
That one misses the outside corner.
Yeah, I think she was looking for the inside there, as a matter of fact, and that's one of those ones we've seen a couple of already close on the inside. He's not giving behind the dish.
3-1 the count, 2 outs to Klein. And the 3-1 pitch fouled off, and the count will run full 3-2.
Wind is blowing out towards left field. It's almost a straight wind gust towards left field, and it's like right at the left fielder.
Benefits the right-handed hitters.
You think, till that curl goes on that ball. It's like Dairy Queen, the curl on top.
As this one's fouled off into the net as well. Klein stays alive. It'll stay 3-2.
How much sleep do you think this team has gotten? I can't imagine a whole lot.
You get the emotion of winning a state semifinal game. You have to wake up and come back and play the state championship the very next day.
Well, I mean, how much sleep do you think Donnie or Mr. Rowan have gotten over the last 24, 48 hours?
That one's popped up and out of play, and we'll do it again at 3-2.
Raider baseball team falling short yesterday. You had graduation yesterday, a state semi yesterday, and now you got the state championship. There's not a lot of sleep to be had in the Canfield South Range area.
Especially when, you left early for all the send-off opportunities that the softball team had, and a lot of people gathered at South Range. As there's a 2-out walk as that ball misses outside, and it is 1 on with 2 outs for the Apache.
Yeah, that one couldn't have missed by much, and that was one that Zola kind of framed up for a minute, an extra beat, and then returned it to Bree before we turned the page.
Olivia Racisa will step to the plate, the catcher, with 1 on and 2 out here in the first. South Range, the designated a home team today.
Is that an advantage? I mean, we always talk about home team advantage, but I've seen in the playoffs, especially as of late, the away team scores first. And
I always say it's an advantage away and when you're early, and then if it's close late, then all of a sudden the advantage flips. But you always love the ability to kind of jump out front from the start.
Oof.
This one's fouled off.
That would have been me.
1-1.
Beautiful scenery here, downtown Akron. This is, Babe Ruth played here.
Right. There's no better place to watch a softball game.
This is your home away from home, as we always kid.
I spent many years here watching the Akron Racers during the summer. Stadium built for professional softball players, now hosting the amateur high school state championships.
I want to say hi to everybody out there on ysnlive.com as well as on our social media channels, broadcasting it like this for the first time ever. So breaking some more ground here at the network.
That pitch is in there. Strike 3 called. Kohler's got 2 of them on the day, and that'll end the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Raiders coming to the plate next on YSN. Welcome back to Firestone Stadium in Akron. Bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless between South Range and Fairview. As South Range comes to their first appearances at the plate, they'll line up like this. Bree Kohler will lead them off. Put into the leadoff spot in the regional finals, has stayed there since most of the season in the 2 spot, flipping with Reagan Irons here for the state championship game. Reagan Irons will be batting second, and Julie Stakowicz batting third. Jillian Svirkansky, the senior, in the cleanup spot. Samantha Suzani batting fifth. Kelly Zolik batting sixth. Batting seventh will be Madison Dado. And then behind her will be Jamie Farron. Rounding out the lineup will be the designated player, Gretchen Bartels.
For the first time ever, Anthony, we're able to get social. We got comments. We're able to shine on the broadcast. Pretty cool opportunity here. Everybody pretty excited for the Raiders. First pitch coming.
Yeah, and Paige Rachia with the start in the circle for Fairview as Bree Kohler fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. Bree Kohler, very aggressive hitter, only struck out once all season and only walked 6 times. Definitely liable to put the ball in play.
Player of the year for YSN. I mean, and she showed us why each and every game.
Broke another record in the state semifinal. She now holds the record for career strikeouts, 599 in her career. This one's hit hard, deep into the gap. And
fly out to center.
It's caught in the gap of center field, but she put a charge in that one.
Sure did. I mean, she's setting the tone. Obviously, a lot of people like ourselves held our breath for a moment there because that was solid contact, but not her last at-bat today, and she gets a good look.
So Reagan Irons will step to the plate after the loud out to the left center field. And the first pitch to Irons is a ball, 1-0.
See, it kind of flips. We talked about the home field advantage versus the scoring first if you're the visitor. Now you get the home field advantage, and if you score first,
right,
you're in the saddle.
The only advantage of the away team is if you actually manage to score in the first inning. Swing and a miss from Irons there. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Irons saw that a little bit up, looked juicy. She jumped all over it. Now she's going to have to be tasked with seeing all the pitches here.
Irons has done a really good job most of the time in the leadoff spot, to average over 400. As that's a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, what's crazy is, usually leadoff hitter, you want them to go up and see at least 3 pitches. See what they have. If you strike out, oh well, it's not the end of the world. But you look at this, and, Bree went on 2, and now you got Reagan fouling that back. She's seen 3 pitches. You want to see everything that the pitcher has so you can get a good scouting report back to the dugout.
Both these lineups feature the power hitter up top that was probably going to be hacking early in the count.
1-2 here.
This one
popped up right side.
Under it in the right side in foul territory, and no one will be able to get to it. So new life for Irons as that got just enough to the right where no one could get to it in foul territory.
That was a scenario it looked like she just waited too long, and by the time her back came around, it just got a piece of it and popped it up a little bit under it even. So
right idea to serve it in the right field, though. Opposite field with 2 strikes. You want to shorten up and serve the ball opposite field. This one is pulled. It's snagged by the third baseman. Oh, what a catch.
How about the guy just called you out for an NFHS on my card?
Our next batter.
Kirsten Klein catches that ball at third. They call it the hot corner for a reason. And there are 2 down, 2 hard hit balls and 2 outs for the Raiders. Julie Stakowitz comes to the plate with nobody on and 2 outs.
She was pretty clutch in that Ursuline game, huh?
Ooh. And she had a big RBI triple in the state semifinals after Bree Kohler was cut down at home. And Reagan Irons was on first. Julie Stakowitz said, we'll score the run anyway. RBI triple to right center. Scored Irons from first.
Yeah, I think the scouting report is out. At least the conversation has been had. This is the quote-unquote power hitter for South Range.
7 home runs on the year. Her 50th RBI with that RBI triple in the semifinals. And the 2-0 pitch is taken all the way. It's in there for a strike, 2-1.
Best seat in the house right here, and you and I are dead center.
Right, and the flag's in dead center. You can always tell where the wind's going. 2-1 pitch is fouled straight back, and it goes to 2-2.
My man was ready over here. He was ready to catch that ball.
Even if it's a net, the body just makes you think the ball's coming at you.
I've gotten used to it over time. What scares me is when you're on the fence, on the net, and it's coming right at you.
The 2-2 pitch to Stakowitz. He is fouled off again.
You guys had one in the Ursuline game. We keep referring to the Ursuline game where it actually hit the camera and knocked it kind of sideways.
Yeah, and then the South Range game before that against Massillon Tuslaw, we missed the last out because the ball knocked the camera loose.
Oh, technology, baby.
Change up, but it misses for a ball. It froze Stakowitz. The Fairview fans want it, but the umpire won't give it to them.
Not going to get it.
And it's 3-2.
You're going to have to live above the knees and below the stitches.
It's another thing about being in the middle. You get the feel of both fan bases because you're right in the middle of them.
I'd be okay just with the feel of South Range fan base.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. First K of the day for Rasica. And we'll head to the top of the second scoreless on YSN. The second inning, and the 5, 6, 7 part of the lineup for Fairview due up, and it will start with Emerald Rittenhouse Starbuck. That is a mouthful.
Yes, it is. The law firm.
As Starbuck takes a strike there.
Bree has such a unique kind of approach to this. I mean, she starts outside the circle, gets the sign, then comes in.
Her 2 strikeouts in the first inning, as this one is grounded to Stackwitz and then booted. The flip over, not in time, and that'll be the first error of the day for South Range. It'll get a leadoff base runner on for the Apache.
Yeah, that was in and out of the glove of Stackwitz. I think she was trying to lean towards the bag just a little bit too soon, got caught leaning, and that one ejected right out of her glove. So now the Zolik's going to go out and talk to Kohler real quick while we just continue to talk about that. Errors are tough to overcome, especially in games like this. Everything is tight. Everything is tight. You don't see very many double-digit victories in state championships.
And timing of theirs, leading off the inning with runners in scoring position, things like that could really come back to haunt you. But Bree Kohler looking to work around it. First pitch is a strike to Allison Rhodes, the second baseman for Fairview.
I want to thank our sponsors while we have a chance. You see them rotating during the broadcast here and in the breaks. Grateful for everything, making things like this possible.
That pitch is up and outside for ball 1. And as I was saying, the first inning, the 2 strikeouts for Kohler got her above 600 in her career. She came into today with 599 career strikeouts, and it's a program record, breaking the previous one, 592, held by Kerrigan Yannick, who was the starting pitcher in the last state championship appearance for South Range.
Was that a foul ball? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I saw her keep going. I didn't know if she was just taking her time getting to second base. That ball got by Zolik, but it was because of the foul off. Runner at first.
I think she was holding off hope that it wasn't foul.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I see what you did there.
1-2. And the pitch. Outside for ball 2.
Good look. Good look. That was about a softball wide.
That's a swing and a miss pitch if you can get Rhodes to swing at it. When you're ahead in the count, you can afford to go a little bit out of the zone. 2-2 now. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's 3 on the day for Kohler, and it gets her 1 out in the second.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout coming off that error. Kohler realized she kind of has to take that one on her own if she can get the strikeout. And 1 out with a runner on first is a heck of a lot better than no outs with a runner on first.
Starting pitcher Paige Rasica comes to the plate, takes ball 1.
Rasisa, as they're saying in the broadcast booth. I would have went the same way, Ant. RICICIA.
I guess if it was a double C, it might be the ch sound. So Rasisa takes the ball, and it's 2-0. Kohler came into this state tournament with just 19 walks in the season. Did walk 4 yesterday, 3 of them coming in the first inning. And she's down 2-0 to Rasisa. I'm going to get used to that.
That's all right.
As that ball catches the outside corner for a strike, 2-1.
Good turnout here from the Raider Nation to our left. Not a seat to be had. People standing up along the fence.
2-1 is lifted into foul territory, but it will get out of play into the bleachers over there. And
right by our friends over at Channel 21 WFMJ.
Watch out, guys.
Storm Tracker first pitch forecast had us at 92 degrees. We're underneath the...
We're in shade, so
yeah, for once.
We get to be... players get to be envious of us for a little bit.
I don't know.
As that one's popped high in the air, and Zolik is under it, makes the catch behind home plate. That's a nice play from Zolik, not even having to take the mask off either.
I'll tell you what, 99 times out of 100, that is the toughest play in baseball. A catcher having to follow a fly ball. You've got to turn around. You've got to find anything that's in front of you, dugouts, fences, netting. It's tough. You got to completely face like a fielder and make that catch, or else the ball is going to spin out.
And I imagine you have to also rely on your teammates to tell you got room, you're next to the wall, and communication on the infield, right?
I mean, it's very similar to when an outfielder goes out. I mean, they can talk all they want. You're not hearing anything. You're trying to focus up on the ball because there is a lot of backspin on it. But Zolik does an excellent job right there.
Alyssa Merritt comes to the plate, 0-1 the count with 2 outs and a runner on first. And he takes strike 2 as Kohler catches that outside corner. And she's ahead 0-2.
It's crazy. This entire season I've been thrown off because we didn't have a season last year. You know,
right.
Kelly Zolik, I still look at her as a freshman. Bree, I'm still thinking she's a junior. I mean, it is happy to have a season naturally as that ball misses. But, Anthony, it's still tough to – I mean, these girls got cheated out of an entire year of
so
softball.
Makes the career numbers of Bree Kohler so impressive. 600 career strikeouts, and she got robbed of a season.
Yeah, not too shabby. Imagine what she has with 4.
1-2 pitch where that one is fouled off into the net. It'll stay 1-2. I assume we might get 4 seasons of stats at YSU next year. We'll be able to go check her out at YSU Softball Complex right down the road from YSN. Gotta love local talent staying local.
Siggy checking in on social saying we sound good, so there you go.
1-2 pitch is hit right in the 5-6 hole, too deep for a throw. No, they're going to make the throw, but safe at second, safe at first. But good effort from Sperkansky. It looked like there wasn't even going to be a play anywhere.
Yeah, that was a bang play. I think even the umpire had to kind of take a deep breath, a step back, and be like, what did I just see?
So first hit of the day for Fairview comes from Alyssa Merritt in the 7th spot, and it will be Claire Schinninger, the first baseman, coming up with 2 on and 2 out.
Big spot here. Big spot. Momentum goes one way or the other here, Ant.
As the first pitch is a strike.
If the Raiders get out of this is a big jam to get out of. But if the Apaches come through, you got to think there's one on the board, something in the green.
That's a ball. Yeah, and you got to think that Kohler with 2 outs can still afford to be a pretty aggressive here because any kind of out gets you out of the inning. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back.
That's a smart pitch. That's an off-speed pitch, gets her ahead, gives the batter something to think about because we know Bree's a strikeout pitcher. She's got to have multiple ways to get those Ks, and she's going to show it off right here with a 1-2 count.
Once again, Kohler ahead, the 1-2. Little outside.
I was going to say, you're not going to get anything too good on a 1-2 count.
We saw this earlier in the inning where she used that same pitch on a 1-2 count, came back in and got the strikeout. So we'll see what she does with the 2-2 pitch.
She's way off the plate here. And I think they're trying to attack that corner.
And that's outside as well. 3-2 the count now as it goes full. Third batter of the day for Fairview that has worked the full count.
Not quite the same as in baseball. You're not worried about pitch count at this level, obviously.
3-2.
Oh,
As that one's fouled off as he goes after what would have been ball 4.
What flavored jam was that, buddy? Was that grape or strawberry?
I think it was strawberry.
That was in on the hands, jammed her back to the net. There's just nowhere to put her hands. There's no path.
So we'll do it again at 3-2, and this one's popped into the air, and it will get into the net, and we'll do it again. So Shinninger doing a good job of fouling off a couple of pitches, staying alive with a 3-2 count.
Bree might be setting up the changeup here, Ant. We've seen a couple fastballs in a row.
Payoff pitch again. Fouled just barely.
Yep.
And she did come with the velocity again.
Oh, a little organist up here.
I don't know where they're hiding him.
That's Tim Street playing the organ. That's 100%. He does everything for the OHSAA. One of the best in the business.
So Kohler takes a deep breath, steps back in the circle. 3-2 pitch once again.
Oh.
This one's hitting to the gap. And instead of get to the wall, one run is in. And the second run coming around third, it will score as well. And Fairview takes a 2-0 lead with a 2 RBI double from Claire Shinninger.
Yeah, and you knew it as soon as she hit it. And then some trouble in center field trying to pull it together. Dato did the best she could. It just kept rattling. And the problem was the relay was in time to Strakansky at shortstop. She couldn't hear her teammates because this Fairview crowd is so loud.
So now runner on second, 2 outs, 2 runs in. And that's a big hit from the bottom half of the order as this one's fouled off 0-1.
And that was a tough pitch because that was a beautiful, beautiful delivery by Kohler, and it was a rope in the left field. One hop to the fence. Dato did everything she could. That split left and center right down the pipe.
For the first time since the district championship, as this one's lifted, and it's caught in center by Dato. She redeems herself a little bit. Fairview got excited, but Dato's under it. That'll end the second. Top of the second. Raiders trail 2-0 on YSM.
Your first and last stop with your tax return should be with me, Tracy Bryden at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. No other dealer goes the extra mile to bring you the largest selection of vehicles at one convenient location. With guaranteed credit approval, I will find you the right vehicle and the right financing options for you. I am ready to go the extra mile to show you why no other dealer sells more cars, finances more, and gets you more for your refund than Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training.
Bottom of the second inning, South Range trails 2-0. 2 runs scored by Fairview in the top half of the inning. And it will be 4-5-6 in the order for South Range. Jillian Strakansky leading things off. Swings at a first pitch, tried to hold back, and it's 0-1. Same thing. As this time they're going to say
she held
up. So that ball taken upstairs, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, a little bit of jitters for it. Oh! A late appeal. And they get the strike. Oh, my goodness.
So now it goes from 1-1 to 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Fairview feeling a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, you look at the Joe Dickey Electric scoreboard. The Apaches up 2-0 on that double. And Ant, you can that momentum you'd speak of, my goodness, it is hard on the right of us.
Suzanne comes to the plate now with one out, nobody on, takes the first pitch ball.
The Raiders going to be tasked with getting this crowd excited. Softball, unlike any other sport, and if you have the crowd, you have superior momentum. Oh,
This one is hit into center, but under it, the center fielder, and the catch is made. Another hard hit ball for the Raiders, but just not quite hard enough.
not quite to the warning track, but you can hear the pop off the bat through our headphones. That thing was touched up.
Kelly Zolik.
And now you have Zolik stepping in.
Yeah, now with 2 outs, it's Kelly Zolik.
You don't want to go 1, 2, 3 here. That's what made the Raiders baseball game so crazy yesterday. There we go.
Zolik gets a base hit through the 5-6 hole, and they will not go 1, 2, 3. First hit of the game for South Range, and they'll have one on with 2 outs for Madison Dado.
She's a sophomore.
Our next batter, center fielder number 2, Madison Dado.
And the freshman right behind her, as Dado has already played hero a couple times on the defense during this tournament run, made a great catch at the wall in their district championship game against Champion to rob the Flashes of a scoring opportunity. As the first pitch to the slapper is outside for ball 1.
Everybody is in.
Yeah.
You said she's a slapper. Well, why is the third baseman in?
Well, because Dado's going to try to get this on the ground to the left side of the infield. That pitch is a ball, and it's 2-0.
Interesting.
Yesterday, though, Dado served one into left field for the base hit. And the 2-0 is hit up the middle, and actually it's right to the second baseman.
She's there.
And that's not in time. It was too slow hit, and the second baseman didn't charge it.
No, she didn't charge it at all. She waited back on it, trying to think about what she should do, and Dado has enough speed. And by enough, I mean she has blazing speed. She's getting down that line 3 ways, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So a big spot for Jamie Farron, 2 on, 2 out. Farron was 1 for 1 yesterday with a run scored, and this one's popped into foul territory on the right side. It gets out of play.
Look at the catch in the stands with a camera, nonetheless. That was impressive, a one-hander. Where's our photographers? They better be able to do that.
Try to one-up them. Let's go. So 0-1 to Farron. And that pitch is taken for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2.
And now it's just choke and poke time. It's contact. It's fighting off pitches. Got runners on. Got to do something here. Oof.
This one is jammed foul.
That one fouled off of her helmet, I believe. Dad down there at third base, letting her know what's going on.
Wearing the same number as your sister Drew did back in a couple of years ago. Drew played in that state championship game here at Firestone. This one's lifted in the air to second. And it's caught in the infield for the third out. Raiders leave 2 stranded. And we'll head to the top of the third. Fairview still leading 2-0 on YSM. 2-0 Fairview leads, top of the third inning, as it's 2, 3, 4 in the lineup due up. It will be Cassie Mavis, center fielder for the Apache, as she hits one right back up the middle for a base hit. And the Apache, for the second straight inning, have the leadoff runner aboard.
Yeah, Fairview wasting no time. Just a complete ambush, figuring that the first pitch they see from Kohler is going to be one of the best ones. So they attack, and like you said, 2 innings in a row, they got a runner aboard to lead things off.
Number 11, Kirsten Klein.
That one, the definition of game of inches, is it got right past Kohler's glove, as if she would have snagged that, it would have been a line out.
Got Linda Carey saying go Raiders from afar.
First pitch to Olivia Rasisa is taken for a ball.
This is where the Raiders need a little bit of momentum shift.
This one's popped in the air, but it will get out of play, foul, and over the net and into the crowd.
It's a good crowd from Fairview. You got to give them that.
First state tournament appearance for the Apache, and they're feeling every minute of it. This one's fouled off too.
I wonder if it was one of those they knew it was coming. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just know a team like this comes along, or has it been a wild ride for them? If you look at the scores,
Right.
Looks like they knew it was coming.
I mean, 26 wins in a row after losing the first game of the year, and almost none of them were close. Their closest tournament game was their sectional final way back in May, and it was 7-5. This one,
It's going to be on the top.
fouled off the roof.
Here's a name you might know, Stephen Ward. Says the broadcast is on 100. Thanks, guys. Go South Range.
Yeah, he's a good supporter of local softball. You know, he's always asking me what the scores are and, you know, what do I think about this player and such. And he keeps his eye not just on his own team at Fitch, but on teams of other people, as that one's fouled off hard down the left field.
The camera well. Look out, boys. You would have been dead.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have known it was there until it hit me.
I shouldn't laugh at that. I wouldn't laugh if it actually hit you. I'd try to get in front.
Oh, this one's hitting the center. It's going to drop for a base hit. The runner at first had to wait, so she'll go to second, but the Apache have the first two hitters aboard, first and second, nobody out.
Yeah, that is a very, very tough play for Jamie Farron. She tried at the deke to hold the glove up like she was going to catch it, and the runner at first base called her bluff.
So Rasisa now comes to the plate with two on and nobody out. Kohler in a little bit of a jam as the first pitch to her is a ball. South Range hasn't trailed in this tournament since the district championship game against Champion.
Well, that's a stat.
They've been in some sticky situations, but
This
they
is one
haven't
of them.
trailed. This pitch is hit hard into right, and it's past Suzanne down to the fence. And one run is in. 2 runs are coming around to score, and it will be 2 runs for the Apache. A 2 RBI double from Rasisi. It's 4-0 Fairfield.
And that's another situation, Ant, where I don't think Strakansky can hear her teammates telling her 4. I mean, all you hear is the Fairview crowd, and that's an advantage. But remember that when it comes art time, it's very difficult to hear it. This is an enclosed situation stadium that anything coming from this area, you are toast. You're not going to be able to hear your teammates.
Runners on second, still nobody out. First pitch now to Emerald Rittenhouse Starbuck. Is a strike. It's 0-1.
So I'm wondering now if you're going to have to get players involved with communication of where to go. Because Zolik is not going to be heard from shortstop.
That ball's fouled off. 0-2.
Talk about sticky situations. This is a sticky situation for South Range right now.
They just got to limit the damage, try to keep it within 4 if they can. And their offense is going to have to respond.
Ooh.
This one's hit right back up the middle. Off of Kohler. Strakansky still with a play. And the throw is made in time. The out is recorded. The runner advances to third.
Marie is okay. I think it grazed off her glove. and right into the glove of
The next batter,
Skansky. The
second
runner
baseman,
advances the
number
third.
9, Allison Rose.
6 and 1, half a dozen the other. Are you upset? No, but you wish you would have planted at second base. Now there's a ton of ways that you can get this runner home in.
So the Raiders do get the out. 1 down, runner on third. And the first pitch to the next hitter is up and in for the ball. Oh,
Nope,
it hit her.
got her.
It does hit her. It does make the force out available at second. And it will bring up Paige Rasisa.
So now there's a couple things that can happen. You're going to see probably the runner in motion here, if nothing else, to draw a throw or to see what the Raiders are doing on the first and third.
Squeeze play also an opportunity. The Raiders scored on one of those yesterday. First pitch from Kohler to Rasisi is a strike. Zolik throw to third. The runner didn't even move.
Yeah, with Rasisa batting so deep in the order, I'm not sure you're going to see that, but you could tell me I'm crazy.
Runner does advance to second, now second and third with 1 out. The force out is gone as the Raiders didn't really pay attention to the runner at second, threw it to third instead. This ball is hit opposite field, but foul.
Oh, there we go. One of Akron's finest making a one-handed catch. Showing off.
So it's 0-2 to Rasisi. And man, would a strikeout here be huge. This one's hit up the middle on the ground. Strakanski bobbles it, throw over, not in time, the run scores, and it's 5-0 Fairview.
Yeah, slow roller to shortstop. Strakanski didn't bobble it as much as she was trying to get her footing and toss over, but Rasisa is just quick as a bunny.
The next batter, left fielder number 6, Alyssa Merritt.
So now 5-0.
Runners on the corners, 1 out still. As this has been a big inning for Fairview, already 3 runs in. Runner going, and
what are we doing?
It's over the head into center field, and the runner will score. Runner will go to third.
A big boo-boo. It looked like Zolik was trying to go from the knees, throw down. It went off the glove of Farron, trickled into center field, and you go from first to third and score 1, and now it's 6-0. Now, I mean,
pressure's on. You wanted to get an out, and you never know how kids are going to react to that pressure.
This is a tough situation for Bree right now as the ball comes back towards us, foul.
1-1 the count. Fairview has done what they've done all season, put runs on the board at a alarming rate. Scored 10 runs in their semifinal.
That one misses up and away. 2-1 the count.
They gave up 7, but only 3 of those 7 runs were earned. The 5 errors helped out Wheelersburg a lot in scoring 7 on Fairview.
Got a lot of game left. This is far from over, and 6 runs can go quick in softball.
That ball is fouled off, 2-2.
Big thing for South Range is they're going to need a response in their half of the third.
That pitch is high and outside. Count runs full, 3-2. First things first, find a way to get out of this inning. Still 1 out runner on third, 3-2 count. And the payoff pitch is hammered foul down the left field line.
Crazy how much hitting is contagious. I mean, you hear it all the time. Talk about that pandemic, that Corona was contagious. Hitting is 100 times more effective and contagious than anything we see, and we see it right here in the third inning. Fairview is just catching a cold.
That one's hit to Farron at second, throw over to first in time. Runner stays at third.
Good job by Farron. I mean, there was eye contact dead on. It was like the Wild Wild West. Farron comes up with that grounder. The runner at third saw it. She stopped. They looked at each other for a minute. Farron finishes the play at first.
That's Farron knowing I have plenty of time for the runner at first. Just look the runner back first and then make the throw. 2 down now, runner on third. First pitch is outside, ball 1.
So now you got a manageable situation here. Yes, runner on third. However, Bree can shake it off, go after the batter here, not worry about where the ball goes necessarily.
That pitch is inside, ball 2.
Kind of surprising, the bottom of the lineup working Kohler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Kohler has been lights out for most of this tournament, but Fairview, one of the first teams that's really getting to her. As that pitch is a ball as well, 3-0.
With Anthony in the top of the lineup on deck, I'm not sure you want to.
Not who you want to walk.
No, you want to go right down Broadway here if you can.
The 3-0 pitch is pretty much right down Broadway. It's a strike 3-1.
Conversation happening in the South Range dugout. You got Zolix in there. You have DeRose and Farron all kind of talking strategy. Not a whole lot you can do down 6.
The 3-1 pitch is a ball, and it's a walk to bring up the ever dangerous Acme.
Coach DeRose is going to go out and talk to his team and discuss what. I mean, there's not a whole lot to do. They're just hitting the ball.
This is a girl with 16 home runs, with 2 outs. I mean, do you think about loading the bases and dealing with the 2-hitter? I mean, I know you're already down 6. You don't want any more runs to score, but
yeah, I mean, that's an option, certainly. But then you're putting another runner on in an inning that they've already scored 4.
Right.
You know, so how much danger do you want to get into? How much momentum do you want to give? One more run and you're down a touchdown. So I don't know. This is why I love being a broadcaster and not so much being a coach and having to make those decisions. We're going to break the huddle up in the circle. Coach DeRose will make his way back to the dugout and everybody back to their respective positions.
Shortstop number 5, Anna Anke.
So Anna Anke comes to the plate. Committed to Northwestern, but not the Big Ten Power 5 Northwestern Ohio College in the NIAI. Did I say that right? NAIA?
NAIA.
There it is.
Runner stays at first, interestingly enough.
As the first pitch is the ball. This one's hit right to Storkansky at short. Throw to second in time, and the Raiders get out of it, but they have some work to do. Down 6-0 heading to the bottom of the 3rd next on YSN.
Designated player, 26.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 3rd inning here at Firestone Stadium in Akron as Bartels puts a charge into this to lead off the inning, and it's down.
Let's go.
All the way to the wall. Bartels heading to second, and Bartels is in there with a leadoff double in the 9-hole to set the table for Bree Kohler. What a shot on the first pitch to the corner over the head of the left fielder.
Atta girl Gretsch. She gets around on one, starts a little bit of momentum back in the Raiders' way, and that's exactly what they're looking for. And guess who we got coming to the dish?
A late entry to the Raiders lineup this season. Bartels did not spend the whole season in the lineup, but she has 15 hits coming into the state tournament, and it was hitting at a 366 clip, so really stepping up when given the opportunity. Kohler takes the first pitch and fouls it off.
I tried to put it on a tee for you right there for Bree Kohler. You just went a completely different direction.
Runner on second, nobody out, as the Raiders desperately need to respond to the Apache putting up 4 in the top of the inning.
Oh.
Looks like the off speed got away.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Looked like one of my fast pitches. You have no idea where that's going.
So if they asked you to throw out the first pitch at a softball game, you going underhand just for the nostalgia, or you throwing
Not a
overhand?
chance. I'm going 4-seam fastball.
The 1-1 swung on and missed, and Kohler is down 1-2. Kohler went 3 for 4 yesterday. RBI and a run scored.
She's going to need something here. Look at this thing. Did you see that hawk? Nope, you didn't.
No, I mean, the Hawk has been here for years.
That thing.
It's a resident of Firestone. As Kohler lifts this one into shallow left field, caught by the shortstop, and there's one down.
Yeah, Bree didn't exactly want to take a hack at that, but it was too good not to. Pops it up, gets under a little bit, and the shortstop makes a decent play about 2 feet into the grass.
So now with one down and still a runner in scoring position, it'll bring up Reagan Irons, who would love to get a base hit here to keep this rally going. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Strike one.
Yeah, home run doesn't necessarily do much for you, Ant. It might be a rally killer, actually, at this point. You know, you're only getting 2 runs out of it. If it goes over, you want to get base runners. You want to put pressure on the pitcher, and then if you get something.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 is Irons is quickly down 0-2. Probably chasing 2 pitches out of the zone, too.
Yeah, you got Stakowitz. That was a little bit above her hands. Stakowitz is on deck, waiting for her opportunity.
The 0-2 to Irons is lifted into the infield, and it's going to be caught by the third baseman. So 2 infield pop-ups. Put 2 down with a runner on second, and it will be up to Julie Stakowitz.
We've seen a lot of that already, Ant. Raiders getting under the ball a lot this afternoon.
Stakowitz takes the first pitch, and she's way under it, and the first baseman in foul territory makes the catch, and the Raiders squander a leadoff double, and we'll go to the top of the 4th, 6-0 Fairview on YSN. Welcome back, top of the 4th inning. And it's 2-3-4 in the Apache lineup. Due up, they lead 6-0. Cassie Mavis starting things off by going after an off-speed pitch for strike 1.
6-0, man.
6 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Apache.
I didn't think we'd be sitting at this in the 4th.
Especially after the way the first inning went. Bree Kohler kind of buzzed through the first inning.
Greg Burbick has the idea. A little let's go.
Pitch on the outside corner. It's strike 2, and Bree Kohler trying to bounce back from the tough third with lockdown inning here. The 0-2 pitch from her. Lifted up in the air into foul territory. Irons is there. The catch is made, and there's one down.
Yeah, a little slapper there. Irons able to corral it in foul territory, make the grab, and the Raiders would pay good money for a clean inning here.
Kristen Klein comes to the plate. She's 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. So they have yet to retire Klein as she takes the first pitch strike on the inside corner. Man, it must be just a relief for Bree to look out and see nobody on base and just to be able to get back into her aggressive mindset.
Yeah, but you look at the body language of Fairview. They're not even. They're loose as a goose. I mean, they are just absolutely.
How could you not be? I mean, 6-0. You're feeling it.
And on the other side, Raiders, you can tell they're tight. Their swings are tight. Everything for them is just rigid.
That pitch is upstairs, and it's 2-1.
And any coach or pundit's going to tell you it's easy to play from ahead. It's easy to. But man, 6-0. You got what, 3 at bats left? Four at bats left. So
the outs are winding down though.
Yeah,
ball as well. 3-1.
You never want to be in a situation where you're trading outs for runs or vice versa.
1 out, bases empty. 3-1 count to Klein. And the 3-1 pitch taken for strike 2. Klein looked like he was taken all the way.
I mean, there's not much that the Raiders can do, and I hate to sound pessimistic at all, but they had a chance there with the leadoff, and they left her on base. They left Bartels on base, and can't do that. Down 6 especially.
3-2 is lifted in the center, but it's straight away center, and Dado is there for the catch. So a hard hit ball, but Dado didn't have to move too much.
Yeah, Dado had that locked in from the time that was hit off the bat. She comes in about 6 steps, makes the grab, and then returns to the infield. Kind of punches the clock. That's what she does.
Impressive freshman center fielder, already made a couple of good clutch catches for the Raiders in this tournament run. And with 2 outs, it will bring up Olivia Recisa. First pitch is a strike and 0-1.
Swung on and missed it.
One swung on and missed again.
Yeah, I got a piece and goes into the Zolik's mitt. But now you're seeing Bree work inside and outside. You're seeing a little bit more of what we're used to seeing as opposed to a little bit, she's trying to force pitches into places.
This ball is hit. She can't quite grab it. She had to go down to the ground to get it.
Yeah, Jilly was thinking, do I come around on this one and do it with a forehand, or if I try backhand? She tried the backhand, but it was just a little bit too late and got behind her.
Might be scored the 3rd error of the game for the Raiders, who came into this tournament with just 2 errors all tournament long. So with 2 outs and runner on first, this ball is fouled off from Emerald Rittenhouse Starbuck, designated player. Looking to get a cup of coffee and an RBI.
Kathleen Porter saying go Julie. I like that Starbucks reference. Not a sponsor yet.
Yes.
I'll get them. I've got them before.
The 0-1 swung on and missed strike 2, and Kohler ahead 0-2 again. Didn't work out the last time, but still try to put Rittenhouse Starbuck away.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. We appreciate you here in Akron, Ohio on YSN Live. Give us a shout out where you're tuning in from on social.
This one's lifted into shallow center. Dado is there again. And the Raiders work out of a 2-out single, and we'll head to the bottom of the 4th, down 6-0 on YSN. Welcome back to Akron Firestone Stadium. Anthony Hartling alongside DJ Oakley. The Division III state championship game, South Range trails Fairview 6-0. And leading off the bottom of the fourth will be Jillian Sprikansky. It'll be the middle of the Raider order, due up 4-5-6 on your lineup card. Sprikansky 0 for 1 with the strikeout.
Big inning for the Raiders here, Ant. They need something. They need a little bit of oven cranking up the heat.
First pitch swung on and missed.
Julie might be the person to do it. The Marietta commit. Talked
That
about
pitch is a ball.
Sorry about that. We talked about her committing to Marietta, valedictorian. I mean, she's doing so well. If it's not softball, she's going to be doing well for somebody somewhere.
And 1-1 is upstairs. There's 2-1.
Also a great family, the Strakanskis. Love talking to her mom and dad. Just huge, huge fans of YSN. We can't thank them enough for that. Especially you. They love you.
And after swinging at the first pitch, Strakanski has walked 3 in a row, and they're all balls. 3-1 the count.
This is big. Get a leadoff runner on. Get things going. Raiders need a little bit of help here.
The 3-1. Upstairs. Oh, they're going to say it caught the corner.
Wow. And I just saw a bunch of burgundy and gold turn away in disbelief. And I'm not talking about the girls. I'm talking about the fans. They couldn't believe how high that was.
So we'll have to do it again. 3-2. A payoff pitch from Rasisi. And it's taken for strike 3. So Rasisi works back from down 3-1, strikes out Strakanski for the second time today.
And that's just unfortunate. I mean, Jilly saw a pitch that was at her eyelids, and that should have been ball 4. Unfortunately, a good pitch on the bounce back on 3-2, and Raiders have one away.
Suzanne takes this opposite field in foul territory and out of play.
Good swing, but it's, again, just a little late. And we're seeing way too many pop flies for Coach DeRose to feel comfortable.
Oh, one skips in. The Worms have a scream, and it's 1-1.
What was that one?
The Worms have a scream. You know, the Worms down there in the dirt, they're running for their lives. If Worms run. That one was hit and snagged. Oh, what a catch.
When it's going your way, it's going your way.
Allison Rhodes snagged that out of the air, and that was destined for a double in the gap.
Yeah, that was a tough draw for the Raiders there. That was a great play. That's at least top 10 on SportsCenter.
Zola comes to the plate. She's 1 for 1 on the day, and she goes after the first pitch, pops it up into the infield. It's caught. Raiders go 1-2-3 in the fourth. We'll head to the top of the fifth. 6-0 Fairview on YSN. So we step into the 5th inning.
It's a chicken dance, Ann. Come on.
As the Raiders trail 6-0. Top of the 5th.
This is a first for me, hearing a chicken dance outside of a wedding, but specifically in a state championship setting. Never heard it in my life.
So Allison Rhodes, who made the great defensive play in the bottom of the 4th, comes up to the plate, swings at the first pitch, fouls it off, and it's 0-1.
Can you imagine if they played a chicken dance at a state championship in football? What would happen? There might be a riot.
It does feel a little bit more like the softball, baseball kind of upbeat, cheery kind of music you play. Yeah. Rhodes takes the ball, and it's evened at 1-1.
Like, I'd be playing Rocky, like the theme from Rocky, over and over. I know the Salem Quakers, they adopted, Zombie Nation?
That pitch is also off the plate for a ball, and it's 2-1. So it's the job of the Raiders defense is to keep Fairview where they are and hope their offense can crack into this game.
You read my mind. I was just about to ask you, what do you do here?
That pitch is swung on, fouled straight back.
I mean, Bree's finishing this game.
Right.
I mean, there's no way you take her out of the circle.
Nope, the senior, you got us here, and you ride her until the game's over, you know.
She goes out in that circle, unless it's on her terms.
Swung on and missed. 4th strikeout of the day for Kohler. And there's one down.
And that right there, you said, is the difference. She started out fast with 3 strikeouts, and now she's got 4 here in the 5th. I mean, give credit to Fairview. They figured out Bree Kohler here from the 1st inning.
Well, we've seen when they've succeeded, they've attacked her early, and they know that she likes to get ahead. She's a strikeout pitcher. And like most strikeout pitchers, the best pitch you're going to get is going to be early in the count.
That's true.
First pitch is fouled off. 0-1 the count. To Rasisi.
It's a who's who of South Range over to the left of us, man. I see Paul Munson's here. I think I see Jimmy Hannick, if I'm not mistaken. We saw Tony Foster as well, teacher.
This one's hit up the middle, and a snag by Strakansky. Throw it to the plate in time.
That a girl, Jilly. That was a tough play coming across the bag, scoops it up and fires on the run, a la Derek Jeter.
Strakansky says, hey, we can play defense too. Fairview made a nice play the last half, and Raiders defense doesn't want to be forgotten about. The senior makes a great play, ranging over behind first base to snag it, make the throw, and there's 2 down. First pitch is a ball for the next hitter with 2 outs and nobody on.
If you're Coach DeRose, you are begging for an out right here. Just give them something, a little bit of momentum, crack the door open so you can kick it down.
It would be the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for the Raiders, as that pitch to Merritt is a strike, and it's 1-1.
Offensively, if you're the Raiders, do you have to be more patient?
I think so at this point. I mean, they've been aggressive. It hasn't worked out for them. And that's a strike, and it's 1-2 now.
Bree getting back to stretching the zone. We talked about it in the 1st. She hasn't been able to do that. Back here in the 5th with 2 outs, she stretches it a little bit, feeling comfortable and confident once again.
This one's lifted up in the air. It will fall harmlessly behind the plate.
I wonder if I could go yard here. I always wonder that in softball. Like, if I could hit it, if I get a hold of it, I could probably get it up into the jet stream a little bit. Do you know the dimensions by chance?
I think it's 200 down the lines, 220 to dead center.
Oh, I'm going Yahtzee.
That ball served in the right, and it will go foul. Whew. Deep breath for Raiders fans and a moment of euphoria for Fairview fans. Euphoria, excitement. Well, I don't know. It was the first word that popped into my head.
I was like, wait a minute.
Still 1-2.
Is that one of those words? Oh. They knocked a couple of Raiders off the top deck of the dugout. Is that one of those words you're going to use going into a broadcast? You're like,
no.
I'm just waiting for it.
I don't know why it popped. Euphoria.
Euphoria.
I just wanted to sound sophisticated.
That's a 50-cent word.
Bring a little thesaurus to our broadcast. Off speed, freezes the hitter, but it is a ball.
That's the one I wouldn't be able to get. If we're talking about hitting, that's the one. She throws me a couple straight heaters, and then that thing, I'm spinning myself into the ground like a top.
2-2 is fouled off, and we do it again at 2-2.
This net is dangerous. Like, it takes hops off the net. Puts people in danger that weren't in danger in the first place.
That's not going to hit me.
Doink.
2-2 again. Off speed.
Oh,
and it
mama.
does not hit the plate. And the Raider fans are saying, oh, come on.
Where? I don't know. I don't know where that was located.
Full count, 3-2.
Wasn't far away from the zone.
This one's hit on the line, and it's over Strakanski's head into center field.
And that's the tough part. You're taught to come in a step when you see it. Jilly comes in about 2 or 3 small steps, and she misses the jump by that much. And I'm holding up those fingers, pinching them together that much.
Number 7, Claire Schinninger.
And the Raiders missed their first clean inning by that much, as now they have a runner on first with 2 outs. And Claire Schinninger represents the bottom of the lineup with
Greg
2 down.
Chiming in saying,
that's a strike.
I don't think you go yard, DJ. I think Greg can calm down.
I don't know. Does Greg think that you mean against a softball pitcher? Because I don't know if your odds go down if it's against, a high-level softball pitcher.
My odds go up if I'm facing Greg Burbick. I'll tell you that.
That pitch is a ball. I mean, if it's a slow pitch softball, then maybe you can go yard, yeah.
So Jeff Gerdick says plenty of time, ladies. 6-0, then 6-3, 6-6, and then 7-6.
I like the way you think.
That is a great mentality.
Let's make it 16-6 and get out of here early. Swing and a miss.
I hate to tell you, Bubba, but if we could go 16-6, we're going to be here a while.
Early in the sense of not 7 innings, not early in the sense that we get out of here early.
1-2 the count.
And the 1-2 pitch misses. Looks like maybe a little bit low. I'll tell you, up here, it is hard to see up and down.
Yeah, the north and south, it's tough. East and west, though, you're good.
So now it'll be 2-2. This one's hit high in the air, but to shallow left field. Suzanne is under it, and the catch is made. And once again, Fairview strands a runner. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Apache on YSN. Back to Firestone Stadium in Akron. Anthony Hartwig along with DJ Oakley as the Raiders still trail 6-0. Bottom half of the order due up 7-8-9. Madison Dado will lead things off. He is 1 for 1. And 7-8-9 is 2 for 2 hits in 3 at-bats for the bottom half. So Raiders trying to get something started as Dado lifts this one foul. Oh, man. Fairview brought the defense. Diving attempt from the catcher is made, And there's one
Coming
down.
to the plate,
Yeah,
second baseman,
just
number
popped
1,
out foul.
Jamie Farron.
Catcher pounces on it, dives, makes a great catch, lays out completely, and there's one away. And we said it earlier, when it's going your way, it's going your way.
It'll bring up Jamie Farron. He's 0 for 1, and she takes the first pitch ball.
Biggest kind of momentum shift so far. Would you agree it's the third inning?
Yeah.
It was 2-0, then all of a sudden it was 6-0.
And remember, in the bottom of the second, the Raiders had 2 on with 2 out. And that was pretty much their biggest opportunity yet. Jamie Farron grounds this one to third. Throw a little low, but it's dug out nicely. And the defense continues to shine for the Apache. As that was a heck of a pick by the first baseman. There's 2 down.
It's a big spot for Bartels. And here's the reason why, Ant, is you can't go 1-2-3 right here. You cannot. You're getting too late in the game to go 1-2-3. You at least need to put some pressure on the Apache defense. And it once again rides on Bartels, who's 1 for 1.
She puts a rock into this one, but this one's going to be more towards center field. Under it, and the catch is made. So the Raiders do go 1-2-3. Bartels has seen 2 pitches, and she's 1 for 2. Welcome back. Top of the 6th inning from Firestone. And the Apache of Fairview leading 6-0. And the top of the order leading things off is Anna Enke. Takes the first pitch ball. And Raiders have kept her in check, which was probably the game plan coming in, that she came in as a 660 hitter with 16 home runs.
1-2-3 inning would be a thing of beauty right here for South Range. But they have their work cut out for them.
And then in the bottom of the 6th, if you want to look ahead a little bit, the Raiders do have the top of the lineup due up. So if they're going to make something happen, it will probably be there.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And this is not a joke. As she swung, there was a giant wind gust that came through the stadium.
Some air conditioning in that batter's box.
Well, there is now.
As that pitch is upstairs for a ball. 2.
Christine Ratuno says, go Raiders. All hope is not lost yet. Not until they tell us we can't play anymore, Ant. That's the way we do things in South Range.
That one's fouled. Still 2-2. As the leadoff hitter for the Apache, and knee up to the plate. And takes a pitch off the outside corner for ball 3, 3-2.
South Range faithful starting to get a little bit restless.
Not too much to cheer about today yet. A couple of good defensive plays. As that one's fouled off, and Ankney stays alive. So we'll do it again at 3-2. This one's hit deep into left field, back to the wall, and this ball is gone. 17th home run of the year for Anna Acme, and she makes it 7-0 Apache.
That's a tough spot. You know, you held her down this far. The odds were you weren't going to keep her off the field the entire game.
Second home run of the state tournament for Acme. She hit a grand slam against Wheelersburg yesterday. This one just a solo shot. That's her 62nd RBI of the year and 17th home run. This ball's grounded slowly to Farron. The shift over, not in time.
And once again, the momentum is back in the side of Fairview. You know, we talked about it before, 10-0, 11-0, 9-0, and here we sit at 7-0, and they're in the comfort zone. They're doing what they've done all year, and South Ranch unable to put any heat in the kitchen of the Apaches.
I think the biggest story is yesterday that defense had 5 errors, and this day they have seemed to remedy that with not just clean defense, but very good defense from the Apache.
Yeah, very good defense might even be an understatement because, I mean, this is gold glove stuff. Diving catchers, you have unbelievable just ballet second baseman.
Right.
I mean, it's incredible.
Runner advances to second on the wild pitch, and the next throw is outside for a ball.
You know, the frustrating part about this for South Range is people are going to look at this and be like, oh, okay, South Range didn't show up. That's not the case at all.
No.
It's not the case at all. I mean, the Apaches came with it.
Softball's any given day, you know. These two teams could play 4 more times, and it could never result like this. That one's a slow roller, too, and that will be an infield hit. So back-to-back infield singles for Fairview, and now they have runners on the corners with nobody out.
Yeah, the frustration. You can see the body language, the frustration starting to build because now you know you're in a tough spot. You're down 7.
Olivia Rosisa.
What's just happened?
I am not sure, but the Fairview faithful had an extra boost of energy. As that's a strike, and runner will take second without a throw.
Raiders are sitting here, 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out, and the threat is real.
Olivia Rosisa represents the 10th run of the game, which would put Fairview in run rule territory as she fouls that one off.
So it becomes the age-old question of would you rather lose by 10 or lose by 1?
I think the loss by 1 hurts more in the moment. Loss by 10 hurts more down the road, if that makes sense.
Okay, explain. Is that one is taken for ball?
Like it just hurts to lose on a walk-off or a 1-run game where you feel like maybe one play changed the game.
Yeah.
But then in like a couple of months when you look back and you say, man, we just got washed 10-0. Makes you feel kind of small a little bit.
Yeah, that one fouled away. I don't know that. I don't know. When it's tough. I go both ways on this one. One run makes me anxious.
That ball is outside.
One run, like you said, what could you have done to change the outcome, right? And when you lose by 10 or whatever,
you would have to done a lot to change that.
Yeah, it always takes 9, but at the same time, like.
That ball's hit into left field, right past Irons at third. 1 run is in, second run coming home, and the throw not in time. 2 runs are home. And the 2 RBI double makes it 9-0 Fairview.
With another run in scoring position, and now the threat is real, and Coach DeRose wants to talk to Bree. There's no visit rule in softball, is there?
I think you're limited per inning.
Per inning, okay.
But I think a coach's visit is also different than a catcher's visit. So,
Yeah. Just from a standpoint of like if he were to go out there twice, he doesn't have to make a pitching change.
That was a quick one, too. I think that was just a, hey, relax a little
Coming
bit.
to
Let's
the
just,
plate, the designated player.
Yeah, 'cause what are you gonna
let's
do
just
now?
soak in this
Emerald
moment.
Yeah.
We're still in the
Rittenhouse
state championship
Starbuck.
game.
And that's the difference, is they're here. There's a lot of people that say, well, we could have done that. No, you got to be the man, you got to beat the man, to quote Ric Flair.
No matter how this plays out, I mean, this is a program that's now been here twice in the last 5 years, starting to really build something that can be sustained through a future.
And yeah, you look at Bree Kohler, they're going to lose a piece. You look at Jillian Strakansky, they're going to lose a piece. But they're looking to rebuild. They're really looking to, or I should say reload, not rebuild.
Right. And South Range has been a program that's been successful for the last decade. So they've been able to rebuild. Before Bree Kohler, it was how do we replace Kerrigan Yannick? Before that, it was how do we replace Carly DeRose, Coach
Coming to the
Rose's
plate,
daughter?
number 9,
Before that, how do we replace
baseman,
Madison Yannick?
Allison Rose.
So, I mean, they've been able to rebuild and rebuild. In the last 10 years, they haven't had a pitcher in the circle that didn't go to play in college.
That's incredible. There was a pop-up between the conversation, by the way. One out now for the Raiders. Runner on second.
It's one of the things you forget that there's no video, and you're like, oh, I better inform people.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't see that.
It's tough.
9-0, Apache lead with a runner on second and one out. This ball is lifted up on the roof.
Still got a couple hundred. Listen to us on ysnlive.com. All right, that scared me. A couple hundred people on YSN Live, our website, and we've got about 43, looks like, out there on social media. 44 now. So thank you wherever you're at. Thanks for making us part of your day. I hope we're doing you justice here on YSN.
Pitches outside.
Two and one now. What is that, a hospital?
I think that's the Bridgestone main office.
Got to get
3-1 the count.
Get Seidel down here and get us a Bridgestone sponsorship. Keep it local.
Third of 4 games here at Firestone today is every state champion will be crowned. It's a walk.
You sticking around? Are you?
Division 2 next. Triway taking on LaGrange Keystone. Maslin, Perry, and Bradford have already been named state champions in Division 1 and 4. Two on with one out here in the Division 3 state championship. Fairview leading 9-0. This one's hit up the middle, base hit. And the run coming home, and it will be there. An RBI double makes it 10-0 Apache, and now it's run rule territory.
Now the Raiders have some work to do in their half of the sixth, but unfortunately, situation, you still got 2 runs sitting out there.
Right, still one out. So Fairview with plenty of ways they can get this run home.
Kohler deals that one up and away.
This one hit, and Jillian Strakansky with the nice play to catch that ball. It's short.
I think we're going to see a pinch hitter here. Nice play by Jilly. Saw that one. And here's the thing, is the Sun's starting to really play games because she's looking into it.
Yeah, the Sun starts to set over the first base bleachers here as the hours wind down. As
we're going to see Jasmine Mink as a pinch hitter, it looks like.
We approach, 5:30?
Pitch hitting for Fairview. Number 3, Jasmine Mink.
So the pinch hitter coming up with 2 on and 2 out and takes the first pitch ball, 1-0.
This is where you got to believe Fairview going to try to empty their bench, get everybody a piece of this state title.
Right, when it's your first in program history. And that's the thing. nothing is guaranteed next year. I mean, just because you got here doesn't mean you'll get here again.
There's a lot of people that were kind of wide-eyed when they saw Wheelersburg go down.
Right.
You know, we had it inked in that it was going to be South Range and Wheelersburg if it was going to be anybody.
This tournament has been in Division III. A lot of the big names have fallen. I mean, you see South Range beating Champion in the districts, and they're always here. Willingham, who was the number one team in the coaches poll in the season, lost in the regional finals. Urson was the number 2 team, and South Range beat them in the regional finals. So a lot of the teams that maybe softball fans in general in the state thought that might be in this state tournament, not quite the case.
Do you think the year off had anything to do with that?
Could possibly be a little bit more parity, a little bit more time for a couple of teams to catch up to these big powerhouse programs.
Strike 3 on the outside corner. So Kohler,
5 on the day.
you hope that's not the last strikeout in her career, but if she goes out, that might be the last time you see Bree Kohler pitch in a South Range uniform. And if that's it, Anthony, what a career that young lady has had.
And she'll lead off the bottom of the 6th when we come back on YSN. Bottom of the 6th inning, Raiders need at least 1 run to stay alive in this state championship game. Top of the order due up. Bree Kohler will lead things off. She's 0 for 2 on the day.
Jim Holmes chiming in, says, good job, YSN, listening in from Mineral Ridge. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you being part of it.
Kohler takes this one up the middle. It's snagged, bobbled for a minute. Throw over is in time.
A bang play at first, and if, again, hate to sound like a broken record, but
number 10,
could very well be the last at bat
That-
of Bree Kohler's career.
that young lady
South
has
Range.
been special for 4 years. And you and I talked about it. She committed to Youngstown State her freshman year. We thought, okay,
Right.
you can flip-flop as many times as a pancake in 4 years. And she stuck to her guns, and she's going to be a Penguin next year.
Crazy thing, she was committed before she even stepped on the softball field for South Range. Committed in the winter of her freshman
Basketball season, I remember that.
season. She's won 8 district championships as an athlete at South Range. Plays soccer, basketball, and softball.
Really just want one batter to get on here to get to Jillian. You want to give her a last at bat, kind of a tip of the cap.
I was having a conversation a couple weeks ago just with one of my softball friends, and we talked about it. It's really, how rare is it to go up to an at bat and know that it's your last one of the career? I mean, there aren't a lot of people that can say that they went up knowing that it could be the last at bat, as this one's lifted high in the air. And the pitcher catches it just outside the circle. And there's quickly 2 down.
Here's the thing is, luckily for both Jillian and Bree, they're playing at the next level. So it's not as overwhelming as it would be if you weren't. You know what I mean? So here's Stakowitz trying to keep the Raider hopes alive.
Fairview fans on their feet. And the first pitch from Stakowitz hit into right, and it is caught by the second baseman. Fairview wins 10-0 in 6 innings, and they can celebrate their state championship, first in program history, in their first trip in program history.
Not the moment we were looking for, Raider Nation, but nothing to hang your head about at all. No matter the score, no matter what it is, what an honor to be able to represent South Range High School, to represent the fans of YSN, to represent us, to represent everybody. We are so proud of South Range and the Raiders. Bree Kohler, Jillian Strukansky, Coach DeRose, and the entire coaching staff. Can't say enough about what this team showed all season long. It was ebbs and flows, and you were with them the entire time, and I couldn't be more proud to sit here with them.
And they have 30 wins on the year, which ties the program record. 30-4 will be their final record.
Steve Ward saying, heck of a run, South Range. You made us all proud. Thank you, YSN, for everything you do to promote softball and all the players. Kelly Spano, congratulations on a great season, South Range. And Greg Burbick says, thanks, YSN. Chris Ziegler, fantastic season. Again, Ant, it's never easy in situations like this. Only one team gets to hold the big trophy. And I'll tell you what, South Range, a season these young ladies will never forget for many reasons, but we want to thank them one more time. On behalf of Anthony Hartwig, DJ Oakley saying so long, Raider Nation. We'll see you next year for more Raider softball on your sports network. Good night.